Hello, today we are going to learn how to change from one airframe to another new livery that you create. Hello and welcome back to the tips of the Siai Marchetti. This time we are going to learn how to transfer the lifespan, the life you have inside of the airframe you have inside of your plane to another livery you create, another one. In XPlane, the Siai Marchetti, what it has is that each livery has its own airframe lifetime. So the hours you use that livery, it's going to be stored only for that livery you use, okay, or default one, as we are here in this case. For example, I have this stage of the plane that I left in a previous flight, the way I did it, and that is stored. Everything is stored, and everything is persistence in the way of you are using from the previous flights. Okay, so here we are with the Siai Marchetti default one. We put everything, the chocks, the tie down, etc., and we are going to know how to create. For example, let's going to see that we have downloaded a livery or whatever, or we want to create it. So we are going to just a little rough touch of how to start creating a livery and how to do it, and then create a new livery and transfer your data from your old plane that you float and transfer it to the new one. Okay, so to demonstrate that it's transferring the data from another plane that is persistent, we are going to first of all, we are going to remove some of the things. Okay, we are going to remove via the menu all the things that we have here: Simcoders, rep, and toggle static elements. We're going to get inside, and we are going to just lift some of these switches up. For example, we are going to remember to leave all the lights up. Okay, so when we load it, the next plane transfers, these switches has to be up. Okay, and also we are going to put a little of this open. We quick the simulator and open again. Of course, we have to choose the same livery we use it, because if not, it's not going to be preserved. And as you can see, all the switches, when they are loaded, okay, the landing lights, the beacon, the nav lights, and the strobe only, because those are the ones that I put up. This was already up because it was already, and the canopy is open the way as I did it before. So the persistence is full in this plane, so it's important we leave it that way, and it's something that not all the planes has, because that way we have to follow the checklist. If we don't do that, then for the next flight maybe we can drain the battery if we leave the battery on or whatever, or any other stuff. Okay, once we have that, then we are going to come to we are going to create another livery, because we have loaded a lot of hours in this plane, and we see a livery that we want to fly with it. Okay, or just we want to create another one. We are going to create another one, of course, very roughly. We go to the aircraft, and in the liveries we go to the paint kit. In the paint kit, you will find here the paint kit necessary to start painting the plane. For making better, to understand how the library works, the paint kit works, I've uploaded also the paint kit version. So it's this one, it's the paint kit. So you load it, okay, and you will see very a clown aircraft that allows you to distinguish which areas you have to paint. Okay, so for example, let's going to open. So we are going to, for example, create I'm going to call it caca, because caca is usually the way I say something that is scum, so it's to be removed later. Clown, okay, library. Okay, I create this new library, and inside I create an objects one. Okay, once I have done that, then I just copy, for example, to work with that, I copy these two files. So I'm going to open this with the GIMP program, and once we have the GIMP, we open, here it is, and we select the fuselage in this case. Okay, so we will see the fuselage and the wings. Okay, in this case the wings are folders. I'm not going to paint over the wings, but I'm going to paint over the fuselage also only, but very quickly. Okay, the way to do it is this. Just I'm going to paint something very quickly. I'm not going to fill the color or whatever. Just to explain how it works, then you create it. Okay. You see here, we have the green one. As you can see, also in the wings it's green, but it's a different texture. So you only have to look for the areas that are the fuselage, and the fuselage part are only, as you can see here, is the fuselage, the main body, and the tail wing. But that is only the tail wing, okay? And here is the propeller. So the fuselage part, it's only formed by the propeller, the body, not the canopy, but this part of the canopy, yes, okay? Not this canopy, there is another PSD for that canopy. This fuselage part, the vertical stub, the tail, but these not ones. These ones they are on the wings, okay? So, and for example, if you want to check out where are these ones, you just have to put these, as you can see here, these are the stubs, the horizontal stub. Okay, so here with the rudder, where is the rudder? Here in the texture is here, as you can see. Okay, so that way, and the blue, for example, this part blue is the lower part of the plane. So if you want to paint in the fuselage first, you would need to select everything and then make a painting. We open it, this folder, and you will see the frame. Okay, with the frame we can check out, because usually when I create, I know that I'm not good for painters, but I'm good in packing everything, because I try to put the less gaps in the texture. So for example, if you check out here, you will see that these are gaps that are, these are areas that are not assigned to pixels, and I need these areas to be the little as possible to ensure that we have the maximum resolution. Okay, so the reason is I cut, for example, I cut this fuselage, by this part and continue here. Okay, it's continued here, because if I put everything together here and there, then the pixels are going to be smaller, so we are going to have less detail, so I cannot paint these letters, they are going to be seen worst. That is the reason I usually cut. For the painters this is a pain, but I prefer to have more pixel resolutions. Okay, once we have that, then we have to identify the files. Okay, so first of all we have the identify files, and then here we have the white ones. Okay, we are not going to paint over the identify, we are going to paint over the white. So we create a new folder, a new layer, sorry. Okay, and now we are going just to paint, for example, a blue line or something like that. Okay, so how we create that blue line? We have to paint over this area. As you see here, I can paint. Okay, I'm going to create a line, for example, from here to here. It is not going to be straight. The data, if you see in the plane, is not going to be a straight line, because here is a deformation. You have to, I'm not going to teach you how to do this, but usually if you want to see how the you have to be I'm going to leave it like that to allow you see how this is not going to be a straight line. Something that is here straight, it has not to be straight in the plane, because it's impossible to follow a straight line. It would produce deformation here, because there is geometry that it has angles, and the relaxing cannot be produced. Also, it's going to be cut here, and we have to find the area. For example, the area that is there, this area, okay, it's here, in this area here. So if we want to, for example, continue the line that is over here, we should paint this area also. Okay, a little, with something like this, and to continue, because if not, it's not going to be continued, and we have to try and sport to see if it's continued or not. It's not easy, but it's the way you can do it. Okay, so for example, we have created this one. I'm not going to make it perfect. And then how we continue this line? Okay, how we continue this line? This line will continue in this area. Why is this area? Because I know perfectly well that this continue here. And where continues? We have to count the numbers of pixels that we have here, the number of vertex. We have the first, second, third, fourth. Okay, this is the 24th, and we have to find the 24th. We have to find the 24th here. So 1, 2, 3. So this has to be the 24th. So we continue the line. Okay, and then if we want to continue, I'm not going to do it. If we want to continue this line through the end of the fuselage here, we have to count again which is the pixel, which is the vertex here, and put it from here, count in this side, because it's going to continue this way. Okay, once we have done that, for example, that is the library we want to create. Just very simple. I'm going to create, for example, some kind of another. If we do this, it's going to be cut. You are going to see. Okay, it's not going to be preserved. Maybe yes, because more or less it's the same distance. I try to match it. Okay, but anyway, once we have done that, then we have to remove hide the wireframe. If not, it's going to be exported. Okay, and we pick up this one, we just click export as, and then in the objects of the Kaka clown here, PSD, okay, we have to put the name of the file that, if I don't remember bad, in any other you will see that is fuselage PNG. So we just pick up this, copy it, okay, and then go to the objects, and we just put the name of it as this and export it. Okay, we save it, export, and then in our library it will create this one. Then we have to put the normal map we want. If we want shiny, not shining, or whatever. If we want to modify the default one, for the default one we pick up the default one that is here. It's fuselage. What is it? Here it is, fuselage normal, and we just paste it. Okay, it's going to be this way. So it's the default one. If we want something more metal, then we have to go to the liveries, okay, and go to the metallic normals and copy this fuselage. Okay, if we want something more matte or bright normals, we copy this one and we paste over it. Okay, we have done that, and we don't have to do anything more. We can leave that for now, then remove it. Okay, we are not going to make the wings. So, because the wings are not done, they are going to be as the default one, as the yellow one, okay? The default livery. We have to load again XPlane to make it appear. Here it will appear. Here it is, okay? Caca clown, we selected. It has no icons. I will teach you how to make an icon. Here we are in our livery. As you can see, the line is not a straight line. It was a straight line, but as you can see, it's following this stuff. So, if you want to make something very straight, then you have to follow the. I recommend you to put the wireframes here to see in the 3D, and see if there is one wires of the line that is straight, and follow that line. Okay. And then make the parallel ones to that one. Okay, here as you can see, I had to make some changes in this part. This area is difficult to paint because I deformated to move the pixels of the geometry forward because the canopy was larger before. Okay, but as you can see here, it seems to be in the same, so you have to be correcting. So the better thing when you want to correct is just cut, making another layer in the 2D program, and then move it. The same as here, you have to be correcting and moving up, and then match it. But as you can see, more or less, even the continuity in this area, it's good. And the continuity in this area is more or less good. Of course, you can polish and make it better, etc., etc. Okay, we have our livery that is very awful, but it's the livery that we wanted to demonstrate how to create it. As you can see, also it has the normal map. It's reflecting. Usually in the whites, it's not seen so much. I don't like so much the whites because the whites don't allow you to see the reflection so much. But here, when it's coming the dark down, then you see them better. Okay, the wings are the default ones as we didn't change them, and then we want just to I'm going to because we are creating this aircraft from zero. You see, we had the all down because it's a new livery, and we want to transfer all the data that we had from the old plane to this new plane, because we like this livery so much that we are in love with this livery, all for livery, and we want to fly it. Okay, so, or we want that we download it, not just create it. Okay, how we do that? To do that, you have to go to the XPlane folder. Okay, and once you have loaded, you have to load your livery first. You go to the output, preferences, and then you will find here these files: rep, JRollon, plus Simcoders, status. Okay, these are per each livery. Each livery has its own method of storing what is the preservation of it. So in this case, I have the default one, the one that is the one I used. I float several hours and I put the stage as I wanted. So I'm going to open the default one, and here in this is stored everything. It's a test file that is store everything. Not very comprehensive, so it's not good to touch these numbers. Okay, so once you have this, we with Control A with a text editor we select everything. Control C, we copy it. Now, first of all, before doing that, because when it's going to quit the simulator, it's going to save it again, we have copied everything of that. Then with this simulator, if we want to create, before quicking, I'm going to tell you how to create the icons. You select and you just generate here, regenerate icons for current aircraft, this one. I'm not going to click it because it's going to make a process. You cannot touch anything. It's going to put in a view like this, something like that. Okay, they are going to be put the planes in a view like that. Every plane, it's going to make the icon for every plane. So that is important. You store the default icons because maybe I modify the icons in a 2D program. Okay, so and then it will generate a new one. I'm not going to do it, so it still is going to appear as a ghost plane. But we quick it here, and once we quick, we just can copy, because we already copied the text file. We go here to the clown one, select everything, remove everything, and paste the information we had in the other one. As we see, the hops time is not the one that we had. We save it, and then again, now we can open XPlane. We are going to open this one that is the still because I didn't create the icon is going to appear as a ghost. I open it, and here we have the same preservation we had with all the landing lights, the beacon, the nav lights, the strobe, and the canopy semi-open with the hours that we had in our previous flight. So I hope you enjoyed how to transfer your data from another plane to one plane to another. How to start making liveries. Of course, this is not a tutorial how to do it, but explaining how more or less how it's working. And enjoy your flights. Ciao ciao, see you, subscribe here, press like, and see you in the air. Ciao ciao, thank you.